Good news, Panther Nation. It's your boy, Myron McRae, a.k.a. Tornado McRae, across the skyways of the internet, here with another episode of Panther Pride TV, your one-stop shop for all your Panther notifications and your Panther obligations. And, guys, it is Friday, man. It is Friday, and we're going to have a great day today. First of all, I want to give a huge shout-out to Underdog Fantasy for being the sponsors of this video. And, guys, please make sure to use this little QR code, this one, right up here. Use the little QR code to download the Underdog Fantasy app so you can play with me and a bunch of your friends and everybody across the world if you want, or across the United States. I don't think it's the world yet, but it's okay. But please go ahead, use that QR code, download the Underdog Fantasy app, and Underdog, once again, thank you for being the sponsor to today's episode. So with that being said, guys, we're going to get into today's docket and a couple things that I've seen across just interwebs and things of that nature. And the first thing being that McDermott's return could be a little bit more feasible now.
Nani?
So I was looking at some of and I'm pulling it back up here. I was looking at some of the listings for Sean McDermott's return as a coordinator because obviously I've gone out on a limb and I've said Sean McDermott I think is going to be a head coach. That's just my personal opinion. I don't think he's going back to being a coordinator, but that might actually be different, and defensive coordinator may be plausible now. Because currently, and this is currently, as of right now, when we look at the list of vacancies, you have the Arizona Cardinals, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Cleveland Browns, the Buffalo Bills, and the Las Vegas Raiders. Those are the remaining head coaching jobs available. And we all know he's not going back to Buffalo. They released him for a reason. He's not in contention for the Raiders job. So from what I've seen, like, that's not even a feasible thing right now. And that just leaves Cleveland, Pittsburgh, and Arizona. And truth be told, I haven't heard anything in regards to him being considered for those jobs whatsoever. I could be wrong. I could just have not seen something yet. But from what I've gathered, Sean McDermott has not been considered for any of those jobs. I'm even looking up if he's been interviewed for any of them yet. Let's see. No. From what I am seeing right now, Sean McDermott has not even been considered for those head coaching positions. So if he wants to keep a job in the NFL, coordinator might be the way to go. And if Evero takes one of these head coaching jobs and that opens up to DC, hey, Sean, come back. Come back, sir. I will be a proponent of that. Please we love you. Come on back, man. I just think it's kind of crazy considering how good he's built up the Buffalo Bills over the last, 8 years? And how in contention they were. A lot of the stuff that happened with Buffalo, I honestly can't even put on Sean McDermott. I genuinely don't feel it's his fault. And so I think it's kind of crazy that he hasn't gotten any consideration. I know the Buffalo Bills just hired Jesse Minter yesterday. Or not the Buffalo Bills, the Baltimore Ravens just hired Jesse Minter yesterday, which shocked me. And the Raiders aren't looking at him. Obviously, the Bills let him go. You would think the Cardinals or the Steelers would swoop in to try and get him. But, hey, I look at this list and it's like, really? It's just a shocker to me. It's really just a shocker to me when it comes down to it. But, hey, if it leads to McDermott getting here, I'm all for it. And one way for McDermott to get here is for Evero to leave. And Evero could give us one last gift if he does so.
Nani?
And I know it was brought up in the comment section yesterday, but if Evero leaves, Carolina will be compensated for it. So Here's the deal, and this comes from Anthony Rizzuti from the Panthers Wire. It says, as per the Rooney Rule, the Panthers will receive a pair of compensatory third-round picks if Evero is hired away to become a head coach. The selections would be split between the upcoming 2026 NFL Draft and the 2027 NFL Draft. So, with that being said, if Evero leaves, we could just see a bump up in our third-round draft this year, which I'm always going to be a proponent of getting more picks in the draft and having more draft capital to move around and do things and having more leeway to, like, make some deals on the back end, so on and so forth. So, Evero, like, I'm going to just keep it short and simple. You want to help us out? You want to do us a favor? Take the head coaching job and let us get some picks, man.
NANI?
Like, I'm sorry, not sorry. Take the head coaching job, get us some picks, leave Carolina better than when you brought it, and that's just it, man. That's all I got to say about it because it makes sense. It makes sense, man. And speaking of things that make sense, because it's still going on and still doing our lovely thing across the way, bro. Another thing that makes sense is playing Underdog fantasy because the playoffs are still going on. We got the conference title games going on this weekend, guys. And Underdog fantasy is the best place to get all your gridiron action. Playing Underdog, it's easy. All you got to do is just pick your favorite players and go higher and lower on some stats. It could be receiving yards. It could be touchdowns. It could be passing yards. It could be interceptions. Anything of that nature. And if you get them right, you could win up to 5,000 times in your cash. And right now, heading into this weekend, I am seeing, let me see, because I want to see. And they got Ramondre Stevenson on 50 for 50.5 rushing yards. And then Kyron Williams on 55.5 rushing yards. And truth be told, I'm looking at the over on both of those gentlemen. I think they're going to be utilized a lot this weekend, especially with the cold fronts coming in and the weather just being kind of crazy. You're going to need to be able to run the ball and do what you got to do. So that's my thought process, and that's where I'm at. But what are y'all waiting for? Go ahead, download the app. Either just go ahead in your Apple Play Store and your Google Play Store, or use this QR code. It'll take you right to it. Download the app. Use the promo code FootballFan to score $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code FootballFan to score $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. Underdog. Make picks, win money, have fun, and let's go and have a blast, y'all.
Must be 18 plus. 19 plus in Alabama and Nebraska. 19 plus in Colorado for some games. 21 plus in Arizona, Massachusetts, and Virginia. And present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/play and get terms DFSTML for details. Offer not valid in Maryland, Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. In New York, call the 24/7 helpline at 1-877-8 or text from 467-369.
All right, in Panther Nation. And now it is time for our third segment. Time for one of y'all favorite segments. Y'all know we do this every Friday now, and it is a Would You Rather Panthers edition. And, man, I think I got one for y'all this week. So, with free agency right around the corner, I thought of this one, and I think this one might get a little, you might cause a little strife, if you will, a little animosity maybe. I don't know. It might not. This might be easy for a lot of y'all. But with that being said, Panther Nation, in terms of free agents that we have on our roster that are heading into free agency, which one would you rather keep? Christian Roseboom or Rico Dowdle?
NANI?
Which one would you rather keep on the roster from free agency? Christian Roseboom or Rico Dowdle? Ha 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 ha. It's a tough one. Because Rico seemed very disinterested in staying, especially the way the end of the season went. Christian Roseboom, he's been decent, but he also missed the most tackles on our team per Pro Football Focus. And we are looking at that linebacker spot to get better. But if I have to make a choice, if I'm speaking, I'm keeping Christian Roseboom. I'm keeping Christian Roseboom because I want a guy who wants to be here. I want an individual who, yeah, he might have missed some tackles and whatnot, but they want to remain here. They want to stay here. They want to be a part of the journey and the process. Rico, if he's not the lead back, he don't want to be here. And I'm not saying Rico hasn't earned the right to be the lead back in any way, shape, or form. But I can tell if he's not the lead back, he doesn't want to be here. And even when he is in the game, he's not being utilized the way he would like to, which falls on Canales in that play calling, which is why, and DP always reminds me, thank you, my boy, that we need a more explosive play caller who knows how to utilize him and the entire offense more. Or Canales just has to open up the playbook entirely, whichever one it happens. But because of that and because of the way Rico just carried himself, and that energy could potentially be a cancerous, or just not even a cancer, just a distraction. It's like, we know you don't want to be here, dog. Like, you ain't got to make it like that. So I personally would keep Christian Roseboom over Rico Dowdle, but y'all can tell me if I'm crazy. Y'all can tell me if I'm wrong. Let me know in the comment section below, man. Y'all know how this goes. And then in terms of Panthers freeze frame, this is the last one from the playoff game. I'll probably start going through and finding photos, like historical photos, photos from the past, photos from this season alone, just to give y'all some stuff to reflect on and things like that for the rest of the offseason. But Sir Per telling the crowd to go crazy that night, it was a blast, and I just love to see it, especially because it's a playoff atmosphere. But now it's time for y'all favorite segment, time for Panther Nation to speak your truth. And that's where I read y'all comments of you lovely guys, gals, and everybody else in between from Panther Nation and see what y'all had to say. And the first comment comes from Connor Burt 9611. My man says flat out, we need Sony Styles. Y'all heard the man. All right, Connor. Hey, I hear you. I hear you, sir. I hear you. I heard you loud and clear. You ain't even had to say a word, bruh. He said we need Sony Styles. Dan, you might want to listen. Hey, Sony Styles is a good player, so we definitely need somebody of his caliber, if not him himself. I can see that. Next comes from the XI principal, Thexy principal. Okay. Thexy principal says, I actually trust they will fleece the league. This draft. They made amazing trades last year. Honestly, I would love to see Morgan, Tillis, Canales. I'd love to see them fleece the league once again and somehow make moves that end up being the best moves from the draft and the offseason. I'd love it because that only makes us better and makes us more of a threat for the playoffs and things of that nature next year. And then lastly, comes from the homie Thomas KC9UU, says, absolutely pay Cade. I'm not opposed on getting CJ, but I think we need to see what we do in free agency. And to be honest, instead of a D lineman in the higher rounds, I'd rather go edge if we don't pick one up. And to be honest, I kind of wouldn't mind seeing EJ go and getting that compensatory pick for him leaving us. And if we go D lineman, I think it's going to be like a 3rd to 5th round. We need to go offensive line or linebacker or edge in the first 2 rounds. Hashtag keep pounding. So, I agree with everything but the edge. And the reason being is because I think we need more pressure in the interior for the edges to be better. Because Scorton was a great edge for us. Umami Yellen was kind of injured, so he couldn't really show out. But because we couldn't get pressure on the interior of the D-line, that makes it easy to keep the edge rushers away from the quarterback. Because, like, if the offensive line isn't worried about getting pressure from up front, then they can help chip and block and push out an edge rusher and keep them away from the quarterback. But if they are worried and they are having to shrink down their splits and they are having to worry about getting that interior pass rush, that makes it easy for the edges to bend that corner and get to the quarterback. So that's why I say we need to go D-line. I don't think we need to go edge. But other than that, bro, I agree with everything else. And if we go D-line, definitely, I'm in the same realm as you. D-line should be 3rd to 5th round. The same way where you said edge should be 3rd to 5th round. And we should go offensive line and linebacker in the first 2. That's just me. But that's all I have for today's episode, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell at the bottom so you can always be notified of when these videos are dropping. Next, comment below. Let me know. What are your thoughts on Sean McDermott? Do you think he's going to get hired in Cleveland, Pittsburgh, or Arizona? Or do you think we have a real legitimate shot of bringing him back? 2, are you 100% cool with Evero leaving and us getting those compensatory picks or not? And 3, again, who would you choose to keep from free agency? Rico Dowdle, Christian Roseboom. Let me know in the comment section below because y'all know the deal. At the end of the day, what do I know? I'm just a skinny brother with 2 tats. Peace. Much love to all you Panthers Nation. Take care. Later days. Have a safe and great weekend, especially those being affected by the winter storm. Stock up. Get your food. Make sure you have everything that you need in case power outages, so on and so forth. I love y'all. Take care. Have a great one. I'll see y'all next time.